theme, the general theme tonight is going to be mainly on the church. We're going to concentrate on the church in ways that maybe we can improve it. Or whatever. So we're ready to get started, I guess. Are all guys? Okay. Okay, here we go. This is our first experience with us. Just into any organization. There's usually an orientation of some kind, or there should be. And I'm not so sure that happened in this case with Dean. And so I would like to take care of that little business right now. Dean, would you come up here? Carol, I need you.
Just think of it as a mission.
Now, we're going to do just a little orientation. You know, when you come into a new building, you don't know where things are, and you don't know what they're called. You don't know the names of some of these things. So, you know you're in Fellowship Hall down here now, right? You understand that? Okay, okay. Now, this is the floor right above us here, and you see the sanctuary is right there. And then we have this is called the chancel. That's where you stand, and that's where Jim stands, and the choir is up there, and Dean. Okay. Now, over here, we have the men's and ladies' restrooms in order, and then a library. And down there we have the what is that? Heritage room, and the office, Brenda's office, and the Asbury room. And then this part, behind the sanctuary, is called the narthex. Not the cave, the narthex. Say it after me, narthex, narthex. I don't know what it means, but that's called the narthex. Okay, well, with that little bit of orientation, I think things will go a lot better now. You're all familiar with Indiana Jones, right? The Temple of Doom, and, the Raiders of the Lost Ark. You know, he's sort of like Superman, where he, by day he's an archaeologist, and by night, well, he changes his clothes and he's this great adventurer. Well, we've got something of a great adventurer here, too. And since he is from Illinois, we'll call him Illinois Williams, actually, who's gone around the world. He's been an author. By day, or usually, he's a minister, a preacher. But he gets an itch every once in a while, and he's got to relieve that itch. And so he's off someplace. And so this is a little skit. Now, this last week, I understand, I think I've been double-crossed when I wrote this thing. He was supposed to have taken 2 vanfuls of people up to the rainforest. Now, this did not happen. Is that right?
Yes, it went.
Oh, you did? Oh, good. Oh, thank goodness. Because I'm recording the events that took place at that, when you went up to the Cleveland Zoo and the rainforest, huh? Okay. So, if the cast is ready up there, we'll tell you what happened when Dean and his other adventurers went with him.
Hello, folks. This is Peter Hennings for the ABC Evening News, and I'm standing just outside the rainforest at the Cleveland Zoo. We've rushed here to cover a fast-breaking story, just as we did in Desert Storm and in Somalia. We've been told that the great adventurer Illinois Williams has led an expedition of 2 bands full of mercenaries from a city south of here into the rainforest. Now, we don't...
Who wants to know?
Peter Hennings, ABC News.
Yeah. I don't have much time. What can I do for you?
You look like you've had a pretty rough time of it at that.
I'll tell you. Your name again was,
Hennings, Peter Hennings, ABC News.
Hey, it's a jungle out there.
Did you just pull off one of your famous escapes you're famous for?
Yes, I did. But I got separated from the rest of the expedition, and I guess I got lost.
Lost? Illinois Williams got lost? Why didn't you take one of the paths back to the entrance?
Paths?
Who cut you off?
Why, all those uniformed enemies in there.
Uniformed enemy agents?
Oh, yes. I don't know who they are. Maybe disgruntled Browns fans.
Well, why are they after you?
Well, in the good old days, you could tell who your enemies were. They were Germans,
Yeah.
they were Russians.
Yeah.
But nowadays, you can't tell. You've got nobody to hate. It's tough.
So how'd you get here?
Pardon me, but I have a tick. Yeah, I did. Came across a lot of barriers. When we came in the entrance, there were some of these pipe barriers, about waist high, you know, and they looked like they should rotate, but they didn't, you know. So I got everybody to get down on their bellies and crawl under.
Mr. Williams, could that have been a turnstile?
I don't know what style they were.
Oh.
I'm telling you, they look like these things that could, you know, like shoot poison gas, inject you with things
Right.
and stuff like that. So we had to be quite careful. Yes, some of them did, but we didn't go out without a battle. You should have seen some of those women with their purses. They were bludgeoning those buggers to death. A time when I was in the Serengeti.
Oh?
You know, the dark hunt.
Sure, sure.
I just retrieved a solid gold goblet from the Temple of Gloom for archaeological purposes. You know.
Of course.
And I was being chased by 100 Maasai, 75 pygmies, arrows, darts, things going everywhere. It was terrible. Yeah. Yeah, they were flying all over the place, you know. And I headed for the thicket. And I dived over the top. And landed right in a wild boar's nest.
Wow.
wild boar. Now, you don't have to answer that. When you're in with a wild boar, it's hard to think of what you're going to do next. Well,
What did you do next?
pretend I shaved. Of ugly disposition, gnashing teeth, tusks. Boy, it was terrible. Westy whip, you like my whip?
Nice whip, nice whip.
Well, I rode it up, and I hooked the vine, and I pulled myself up into the trees where the wild boar couldn't get me. Then the problem was that the pygmies and the Maasai could see me.
Uh-huh.
Well, I'll tell you, I was very fortunate. The trees were close enough together that I could go on vines from tree to tree and get away from them.
So that's how you got out alive?
Well, not quite. Not quite. As I was getting away from them, and I was putting a little distance between us because the wild boar was helping out, he was chasing them. And they were chasing me. Anyhow, then all of a sudden I come around this turn, and I come face to face with a wild bull elephant.
A wild bull elephant.
Yeah, it was terrible. I got the Maasai. I got the pygmy, and I got the wild boar coming this way. I got the wild bull elephant coming this way, charging straight at me.
I'll bet you thought it was curtains, didn't you?
Well, no, I kind of remembered an old trick I learned.
What's that?
Well, you know how you stop a wild bull elephant from charging?
No, I never had the occasion to learn.
Well, you take away its credit. Well, I'd like to talk to you longer, sir. I'd like to make a couple of people. Good night.
There was a little embellishment there going on there. Some, maybe 2 or 3 years ago, I've forgotten exactly how long ago it was, I was asked to write a skit for the new members that were taken into the church and the confirmation class and all that. They're having a dinner or something going on down here. But my assignment was to write something about what each member of the council and ministry, or I shouldn't say that, each member of the commissions of the church did. I was supposed to spell that out in a skit, but also I was supposed to be funny. Now, can you imagine being humorous about the council of ministries? Well, we made an attempt at it, and it turns out they didn't use it, and I hate to throw anything away, you know. So some of the stuff may be a little dated, just a little dated in it, but still, it'll give you the idea of a typical council and ministries meeting. Now, this is where I have to go up on stage because one of the guys is not here. So here's a council and ministries retreat, a planning retreat.
The council is to help coordinate the various programs of the church. At this retreat, we'd like to hear your plans and dreams for the church for the next 5 years. Now, we want you to think big. Out of these ideas, maybe we can forge a unified plan which will give direction to this church. Now, I'm going to go down the list of commissions and committees, and I want the chairperson of each one to tell us what your 5-year plans are for your area, okay?
Yeah.
All right, let's start out with education.
Mr. Chairman,
Yeah.
we have a very dedicated... Mr. Chairman, we have a very dedicated teaching staff for our Sunday school, as you know. But we have a serious problem.
A problem? What's that?
Well, we have so many highly qualified people who want to teach that we cannot possibly use them all.
Well, I see. That is a real problem. How do you plan to handle that?
2 ways. First, we're going to screen them with a test of their knowledge of the United Methodist church book of discipline. And second, we're going to limit the term of teaching to no more than 6 months every 5 years.
Well, that should do it, all right. But what about your 5-year plan?
Well, within 5 years, we expect to have new uniforms for our football team.
Football team?
Football team.
The stadium.
Stadium, yes. We plan to have the sitters pay for our sports complex like Cleveland's doing. Judging from the number of sitters in Wadsworth, we should be able to pay for it in a couple of years.
I don't know.
Well, besides, we feel it's more important to build our Olympic-sized pool in our new educational building first.
Oh, you're planning a new educational building?
Oh, didn't I mention that?
No. Well, I'm certainly glad to see that the Education Commission hasn't limited itself in thinking. Let's move on to the Fellowship Committee.
I decided to add a few more goals.
All right. Membership and evangelism.
Mr. Chairman, we feel that we have been too lenient in allowing new members to join our church. So we're going to stiffen the requirements.
Such as?
Well, we're going to require 2 years of concentrated study followed by a comprehensive exam.
You don't plan to give that exam to old members, do you?
No.
Good. What plans do you have for reactivating the inactive members?
Well, we're negotiating with Billy Graham organization to bring him in to try to revive our inactive members. And maybe even to evangelize new ones.
You think that he'd come here for this small group?